Okay, continuing in our Getting Started series, your next step to accomplish is to actually set up your first company, which will be the receptacle that will receive leads from the Ignite platform. So to do this, get logged in using your credentials that you set up during the onboarding process and log in. Then come to the command bar, and we're going to come down to the admin tool, and you're going to click that. Okay, once you click it, the system's going to bring the tool up. Don't worry about the other things on here right now. We will address those in later videos. You don't really need to do anything to those to get started. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down here, and you're probably only going to see one company, and it's going to be called something like My Company or something like that. To be able to edit that and complete the information in the system, you're going to come down, you're going to hover over the one. Now let me address these here that say this company's been set up for you and you may not change it. Those are for people who were invited to use Ignite by their corporate sponsor. So if corporate invited you to use the Ignite tool using all of their content, then it's going to be like this, and you will not need to do this. But because you signed up as an individual user, you have the ability to create 1 to n number of companies to manage. So in other words, if you work for a company that sells ladies cosmetics, but you also work for a company that sells spa products, you could set both of these up in your system and be able to keep the leads separate from each company. So company A's leads would be always visible on company A, and this pull down up here shows you which company you're currently talking about. Okay, this list up here comes from this list right here. Okay, so you can see that they correlate. So the one that I'm going to edit right now, yours, like I said, yours says My Company on it. So if you'll click the name of the company, it's going to open up a small edit window that gives you the ability to change what you need to change. Okay, so let's talk about the individual pieces. Right now, this probably says like this on yours. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to change it to be whatever you want the company name to be. So you can leave it as My Company as you want. It doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is put that back like it was. I'm going to come down to my country. This is important for different reasons in the system, so make sure you put that in. The address 2 if necessary, city, state, and postal code. Now, if you want the company to show up in this list up here, it has to be active. So if you create a company and don't want it showing up in the list anymore, then you just set this to no, and it will no longer show up. Now, member ID. This is not something that you need to worry about as an individual. Okay? If this company is basically, you have come from another company where you had a member ID and you want to record it, this is where you can put it. Okay, it's not really used for anything except for some of the API integrations where your company's system might talk to your Ignite system and to send information over. But for right now, don't worry about it. When you're finished, you can use the checkbox. Oh, well, let me add the lead count number here. This is how many leads are currently assigned to this company in this company's database. So this company only has 1 lead. Okay, so yours is probably going to say 0 because you're just getting started. But once you've made your edits, if you just click the checkbox, it will save the data and the edit form will go away, and you'll see your new data reflected in the information that's displayed on the status card. Okay, if you want to delete a company, you can do this, but remember that if you, by using this trash can icon right here, if you do this, the data that's affiliated with the company is also going to be deleted. So you need to consider very carefully before you delete a company. The better approach would be to just deactivate it. That way all of the data relationships stay as they are right now. Okay, if you inadvertently get into the edit form and decide you don't need to make any changes, or you want to discard what you changed, you can just hit the X button, and that will be the end of the edit. So the screen will refresh, the card will update or not, depending if you changed anything or not. And now you've set up your first company. So we're ready to proceed to the next video in the series.